Hi guys, this is Radhika here again. I hope you all are doing well. So this video is about what I feel are different types of forgiveness. So even in forgiveness, I feel there are different categories, and in a lot of videos prior to this, I have said that we have to forgive the circumstances that we were in with the narcissist, or um, forgive the flying monkeys or even the narcissist. And what I mean by that uh, is kind of difficult to explain with this word forgiveness, because what forgiveness means to a lot of us is a different thing. Okay, so let me just try to explain it in terms of like different categories of forgiveness. Um, so so the most so when most of us say forgiveness, it's kind of like an emotion where someone has hurt us, or someone has done something which has caused some pain or a lot of pain to us. And the way you forgive is you say that, okay, this person has caused me this much of pain, but I am okay with that pain. I am okay with letting it go, and I'm going to keep the same relationship with that person, or probably like I'm going to forgive that person for causing me so much of pain because I love them. That's most of the time the definition of forgiveness that we have. And this happens a lot of time. It happens since we are kids. We get angry on our parents, on our friends, on our cousins, on our maybe our college friends, or our partner, or our husband, wife, spouse, etc., and later on with your kids and everyone. So this process is going to keep on continuing with different relationships in life. But this process, what I'm saying, this forgiveness is with a non narcissistic personality disordered person. It's not with a person who has NPD or who is malignant NPD. So this is with someone who has some sort of mental balance. And so this process is really good, and it's a really pure and beautiful process, because this is how we learn, and this is how we grow as human beings. So you must have had some person in your life who was a non NPD person. I mean, I think it's highly unlikely that everyone who you met in your life was a malignant narcissist. Of course, a lot of key players in your life could have been that, but see your relationship with the non narcissistic personality disordered person. And if a spat between the both of you happened, and you told them that, okay, this behavior of yours has caused me so much of harm. So the general response is, maybe in the beginning they deny it or something like that, but after some introspection, they will come to you and they will say, okay, I'm sorry for my behavior. And not just sorry. Sorry really means something when the other person has truly understood what they did to the other person, and they realize that they should try not to do it again. And I say try because sometimes the behavior is so conditioned within the individual that even though they say sorry, they might keep on repeating it, but they will always come back and say sorry. And you will see in their behavior, maybe not in similar situations, but other than that, you will just sense it that they genuinely are trying. But yeah, in a narcissistic scenario, there's another type of forgiveness. And this type of forgiveness is you let go of the hurt that was caused to you by the narcissistic person, by the flying monkeys, even by yourself, because at the time, maybe a part of you knew that what is happening is not correct, but maybe you did not listen to that part of you, and so you let yourself be abused for a long time because you just did not know any better. So in that case, you also have to forgive yourself. So in that case, you have to forgive yourself in the way that I explained before in a love relationship. But to the narcissist and the flying monkeys, the forgiveness is more of a letting go. It doesn't have that hope in there that these people are going to improve their behavior. So you don't keep on giving them chances for improvement. Maybe you already have in the past, and now you have reached a point where you are just like, what is wrong with these people? And that's why you go online and you start looking for all the things, for all the answers. But yeah, so now that you know, you need not keep that hope. Or even if you keep that hope, do not attach to that hope. Do not wait for results from that hope, because that's a long road of disappointment and it is something that is not in our control. So, only when the narcissistic personality disordered person decides it's time to change can they change. And when the flying monkeys they get out of their distorted view of reality, can they change, if they ever get to that stage. So, this forgiveness that I talk about in the narcissistic scenario is really more of a letting go, with an understanding that whatever was the scenario that hurt me can repeat itself over and over again, and now I have to do something about that, you know. So it's a forgiveness of that kind, and the only the reason for that forgiveness is that you can move forward from that place. Okay, so just focus on moving forward, focus on letting it go, and letting them be on their own. If they improve, good for them. If they don't improve, then they have lived their whole life this way, so they will just continue living it that way, and maybe they need another lifetime to actually learn the lessons that they came to learn over here. So yeah, so maybe a better way for me to have said this in a lot of my previous videos was make peace with it. And that also has a very negative connotation, because a lot of people get very triggered when they are told to make peace with abuse. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is, you should not be bothered by that anymore, or try to get to that place where you are not bothered by that anymore. And there are different tools to that, like self help, self love, spending time in nature, spending time with yourself, getting out of that situation, getting your energy grounded again, because you were a loving individual before you were in this narcissistic scenario. Or if your parents were malignant narcissists, then that's a tough one, because then you will have to look for moments in your life when you have felt true happiness. Because usually I go back to my childhood, because that's when we are children, we are very, very pure. We are very close to the source before society kind of damages us. But if you have grown up in a family uh, which had malignant personality disordered people, um, then I would really say that in this entire life that you have had till today, has there been have there been some moments when you really felt happy? You know, with whoever it was. Maybe you were looking at a tree, maybe you were on a mountaintop, maybe you were by a river, maybe you were by the ocean. Just a feeling of peace. If you have those moments, then that's what you're looking for to hold on to. Because um, yeah, because those are the moments that can give you strength when you need it. So yeah, that's what I meant by forgiveness. I did not mean that uh, we kind of agree with the actions of the narcissist, or we keep on hoping that they will change, All I meant was letting go. And forgiveness is required to let it go. You cannot let it go without forgiving. So it's kind of like they both go hand in hand. And yeah, so basically that was this video. Forgiveness is important, and it is very difficult to forgive. It is really a difficult thing to do, but if you are able to do it, then there's nothing like it. So yep, that was this video on different types of forgiveness. The one you have with hope, which is with people who are non NPD, and one is forgiveness of the circumstances, but you know that they are going to repeat, but you still forgive them. You forgive the past so that you can move forward, so that you don't get stuck in that cycle of hatred, where you are always like pulled back to that memory, and you have to keep on hating on the narcissist. It is because that the energetic bond that you have with that memory, it remains. And when you let go, you are really like severing that bond, so that it's gone. It's just gone. It's like a balloon, like a helium filled balloon. You leave it and it's off in the air and you don't see it again. So it's really, it feels like that. When you really forgive something, it just goes away, it vanishes. So yeah, that was this video, and I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thanks. Bye.